Let's now take a look at track actions and interrupts. What are track actions? Track actions are actions that can be taken when any track in the program queue starts. To see what these are, select any track and press the Actions button or Command I, which brings up the track actions floater. And these can be interrupts at or if. These are explained in the documentation, the difference, but generally we use the interrupt at. That's easy to understand. They can be to press the ID reminder button that we have ID'd. This you would attach to a station ID file. We'll go ahead and do that for this one. You can change the preference set. So perhaps for different day parts, you have different publishing. You can have that set here. This can also come from Scheduler and naturally comes from Scheduler to change the preference set for different programs. You can run any AppleScript you can devise. You can start and stop streams. And you can do the studio timer for a fixed destination time or a fixed length. So we've done one track action so far, and you see that it actually put the track action right here in the track action column, that it's going to press the ID button. But let's try a different scenario here. Let's change things around. I'm going to move this track up here before the ID. And now our ID is actually late. And for 5 p.m., I've decided that I don't want to play this music, so I'm going to play my old-time radio program at this time instead. So holding the Shift key, I'm going to delete all of these tracks here that I won't need. For the ID, I'm going to set an interrupt at 5 p.m. And this doesn't apply right away until you hit the actual apply button. That way, in case you started with a 4 o'clock, it won't immediately take effect and as you're setting this. But we'll set it for 5. We'll hit apply. And now notice that it has turned to red in the start because it's actually going to be interrupting something. If it were starting from silence, this would show up as green. It also shows which tracks it has eliminated. So in this case, it's only eliminating the ending of this track because it's interrupting it rather early. And then the action will be to interrupt exactly at 5 o'clock and hit the ID button. Now we need one to start the stream. Well, fortunately, you can do track actions on silent files. And there's a little button down here. If you hit plus silence, you immediately get a built-in silent file. And we can just do a track action on this. And that will be to start the stream. Let's add one more because we want the stream to end at 6 o'clock. Now, this could come from Scheduler, for instance, with an interrupt at 6 o'clock. But let's put one in right now. We're just manually programming this. We'll do an interrupt. We'll do 6 exactly. And we'll select to stop the stream. Now, we could have this be something else like an ID and extra programming, but this is just an example. So to recap, we have music playing. It was supposed to play. We had enough music to fill all the way up to 5:02, but we interrupt at 5 p.m. with a station ID, check the station ID box, and as soon as that station ID has stopped playing, it will start the stream and the stream receive here. It will start this stream and it'll play that stream for a full hour and interrupt and go to silence at 6 o'clock. All of this can be done in Scheduler as well. So let's take the example we have here and remove it, and we'll just do it in Scheduler instead. So over in Scheduler, I already have a program made up here. It is for 5 p.m. That's when we'll be interrupting, so let's write it. So the first pick will be the station IDs. We want them random and unique, and we want it to check the station ID. And we want it to interrupt at 5 o'clock, so we put the interrupt time at 0. Next, let's do another pick. This pick will be a silent file. So break silence, it's the same thing we did in DJ. And we'll have it start the stream. We'll add one more pick to end the stream. And this will need an interrupt. So this will be at 6 o'clock, so we'll want this interrupt to be 60. Pick our break silence. And we'll elect to have the stream stop with a track action. So to recap here, we have an interrupt, which starts with station IDs. Right afterwards, we have a silent track programmed to start the stream. And then we have another silent track to stop the stream. Let's go ahead and program this. And we get the same result coming from Scheduler. Just one more thing I want to show is where the preferences come from, and that is per program. You can choose which preference set, and this is a track action that actually changes the preference set, beginning with the first track that is programmed using this particular program. So that is track actions and interrupts.